Finally, Japan's nuclear byproduct disposal agreement with a private individual, Bryce Fairchild of Polycana. But who is this enigmatic philanthropist?
For decades, Polycana has been known for its volunteer work on the islands. Under Bryce Fairchild's leadership, they've expanded their charitable outreach to all corners of society. The Sage, as he's called by followers, adheres to a personal creed of relief for the helpless. Perhaps his decision to accept Japan's nuclear waste is another form of providing such relief.
Unbelievable. They're talking like he's a goddamn hero.
Yeah, but Lonnie is still our focus here. We need Nelly Island's location.
That's the thing. As far as anyone knows, Nelly Island doesn't exist. I even went to the library to look it up.
Makes no difference if you can find where it is or not. From what I hear, unless they know you, they won't even let you near the coast. Whatever's going on there, the rest of the world is blind to it.
Nelly Island is basically Bryce's little black box, it sounds like.
Shit, man. Finding this place is hopeless, isn't it?
Come on, don't talk that way.
Nah, Tomi's honestly got a point. Looking for the island isn't getting us anywhere.
Ichiban, not you too.
I mean, maybe we should start looking for something else. Nelly Island's no good. But what about ships heading to Nelly Island?
Ships?
Hard to imagine an island remote enough to store radioactive waste as totally self-sufficient. Whatever they can't get there, they need shipped from the Hawaiian mainland, right? What if we snuck aboard something bound for Nelly Island?
Cargo ships. You're right. They'd have to have them coming in and out.
As a matter of fact, I do recall at some point Bryce mentioning receiving boats. Unfortunately, I don't know what kind or where they depart from.
Well, I might have an idea. Only place I know decent-sized ships can dock is the Harbor Street Marina.
Nice. Let's check it out.
Hold on. Are you expecting to find something with a Polycana logo on its side? If you could tell which were theirs, some prying journalist would have hopped on one by now. They must be disguising themselves somehow.
Leave it to me. I got a buddy working there. We go back, too. If I ask him about any suspicious boats, he'll tell me.
Whoa, way to come through.
You mind looking after Akane-san a little bit longer? Bryce could still send more people here.
Hey, Ichiban. I've got to ask, are you really sure about this guy? Handing Akane-san over to Polycana would solve a lot for him.
It's all good, Tomi. He won't do that.
Why so certain? Tomizawa-kun isn't wrong. If I gave up the old lady, I could keep my turf without any more hostilities.
Sure, but that'll never happen. Because you'd be giving her to Bryce, wouldn't you? And a man like you doesn't work with people he hates, right?
You're smarter than you look.
Akane-san, we'll be back before long.
Just be careful.
From the looks of it, she seems more comfortable with you.
Think so?
Still too stiff to ever be mistaken for mother and son, but hey, you got time now. Just take it slow.
Thanks, I guess. Hey there, Chi-chan.
Hey, you down to drink?
Sure, happy to join you.
Back in Japan, you'd never see me drinking alone with a guy. Now, here we are.
No lie, that's kind of surprising. Things changed when you got here?
Well, the first time we met, it was just us at Akane-san's place, right? After that, it was Dwight.
Dwight? As in Barracuda Dwight?
Do you know any other Dwight?
Oh, right. You tried to make your way into District 5. kinda reckless to go about it alone, and in a rough place like that, too.
Hey, I might be the sheltered daughter of the Fujinomiya family, but I was trained in self-defense, you know. I had a great instructor. That's why I figured I could look after myself back there.
An instructor?
Yeah, Tenda-san. I call him my Gramps, though. He's been there for me ever since I was born.
Oh, you mean he's like a butler? You know, the ones who always stick by a lady's side?
Yep, pretty much. One of many, too. He was just in charge of my training.
So there were all kinds of servants around then.
I had a tutor to help with my academics, a personal chef, and even my own dedicated tailor for my wardrobe.
Wow. Well, after hearing all that, it's clear you're real high class.
My parents basically left our upbringing in the hands of other people. Most everything I know, I learned from them. Tenda-san's here in Hawaii, actually. Came with me as a chaperone, sorta.
Wait, then isn't he worrying himself sick over you right now?
Yeah, probably. When I first got to Hawaii, I met him from time to time. But nowadays, I've been telling him I'm too busy, and that he's got nothing to worry about.
Bet that made him worry even more.
I do send him updates, though. Like, I'll shoot him a message saying everything's okay.
Well, if he found out about how you've been kicking ass with us this whole time, he'd definitely flip. How old is this guy, anyway?
77.
Well, you sure answered that pretty quick.
Only 'cause I just sent him a birthday present. I'm always giving him a hard time, so I figured I ought to gift him a little something. Here, have a look. This is Tenda-san.
Oh, he's a cute old grandpa, all right.
I know, right? You'd think a martial artist would look meaner and scarier. But every time I tease him, he always giggles. It's just way too cute.
Gotcha.
He used to travel all over Japan to train. I don't know if it's true or not, but when he was in Hokkaido, he once sent a bear flying.
Oh, sounds like a tall tale to me, but either way, he sounds like a riot.
My dad and the other servants are always trying to act cool, but he was different. He was the only one who'd tell funny jokes, and the only one who'd smile and forgive me if I ever did something stupid.
Sounds like he means a lot to you.
Yeah, he does. I'm sure if you guys met Gramps, you'd get along great. He's real humble, especially around people younger than him. He's always super calm and willing to help out in any way. And, because of that, the poor man was pressured into being my chaperone. I wonder how he's doing right now. At the very least, I hope he's enjoying his stay in Hawaii.
Yeah, I hope so too.
I'd meet up with him if I could, but I don't want my whole family up in my business. I plan on treating him again for his 78th. I'll be sure to get him an even better gift then.
Yeah? What'd you get him for his 77th?
A smartwatch.
Oh, that thing you wear around your wrist, right? And it'll measure your pulse and blood pressure?
It'll even send alerts if it detects any irregularities with your heart.
Pretty smart of you. Bet that makes a great gift for the elderly.
It's even got GPS, so I don't have to keep worrying about him.
Say what?
If he tries to spy and sneak up on me, I'll find out right away.
That's a little cruel, ain't it? I feel bad for the old man.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, Adachi, about that ask you had for me earlier. No good info's been coming in lately.
Oh, is that right? Not surprised, honestly. I wasn't really expecting much.
Don't be so down. I'll ask around some more.
Yo, sup, fellas? What were you two talking about?
Ah, nothing much. Just asking the bartender for a little favor. Hey, thanks again, barkeep. I didn't mean to ask while you were busy, though.
Don't worry about it. Just relax. Enjoy the drinks.
So, what's this about a favor? Or is it something you can't tell me?
Nah, it's no secret. I knew someone who supposedly moved to Hawaii a long time ago, see? I heard they opened a jewelry shop here, so I asked the bartender if he could look into their whereabouts.
Judging by how things went earlier, I'm guessing he couldn't find them?
I don't even know if they did open up shop. Honestly, I've just been grasping at straws.
But even if you didn't ask the bartender, couldn't you just reach out to the person yourself?
Well, the last time we met was 20 years ago.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, let me guess. That acquaintance of yours is one pretty lady?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yep, figured. Oh, look at you, Adachi-san. Still got game, huh?
You got the wrong idea, man. There's, too much of a generation gap for us to be involved like that.
Oh, yeah?
Well, back when I was a cop, she was involved in this one case. A robbery took place at her father's gem shop 20 years ago. She was just a high school student at the time.
A jewel heist, huh? Who were the perps?
Three-man team. We caught him the day after, of course. And recovered the stolen jewels, too.
Wow, damn. Gotta hand it to the Japanese police. I'm guessing you were assigned to that case.
Right. Just one of many investigators.
And now that same girl from way back then has a shop of her own here in Hawaii?
Well, that's what the rumor says. So I figured, since I'm already here in Hawaii, I may as well go check up on her, see how she's doing.
You think she still remembers you?
That, I'm not too sure, and the only way to find out is by meeting her.
Oh, yeah? Well, in that case, I'll help you look for her shop. Maybe it was fate you came all the way here to Hawaii.
Nah, don't worry, man, it's fine. Seriously, you're busy enough as it is. And the bartender's already looking into things for me, so I'll be alright on my own.
Well, anyway, good luck finding that shop. You got any leads to make the search any easier?
Oh, only her name. Akiko Manabe. Not many Japanese folks selling jewelry here in Hawaii, so I probably have enough clues to go on.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, that said, there's also a chance she did open up shop, but things didn't go so well. And, since I don't even know for certain in the first place, I'd rather not get my hopes up. That's why I'll just take my time investigating.
Gotcha. Sounds like a solid plan. All right then. How about a toast? To Akiko-san's success.
Cheers.
Cheers! Oh, Tommy, you okay? You look kind of upset.
Do I? I guess that's no big surprise.
Hey, do you feel like talking? I'm down to listen.
You can probably imagine what happened. I ended up seeing her.
Okay, so?
Actually happened by accident, kinda. She was just at that same beach, like I'd never seen her before. The rumors were true. She came back to Hawaii only recently. I didn't get close, but it was her, without a doubt.
What? You didn't talk to her?
Couldn't. Marie was there, and her boyfriend was right beside her.
Damn it. How did she look, at least?
From what I could tell, she looked great, and they seemed to be very, very close. They were making that beach a paradise, laughing, kissing, staring at each other.
So, in other words, she looked happy, right?
Well, I mean, when we were together, she seemed happier in other ways, you know?
Hey, come on. Let's drink to her happiness, then. You told me that's all you wanted.
Yeah, I did say that, and I thought it was true when I said it.
Yeah. Your head knows it's okay, but your heart won't listen.
It's pretty much how it feels.
Say, couldn't you try getting a bit closer, at least? You don't have to settle for a distant glance.
Yeah, but if she and her boyfriend are doing as great as they seem, I'd really be in the shit. If they catch me following them a few meters behind, Marie will think I've gone totally crazy.
You're not wrong. Okay, time for me to step up and do my part.
Your part?
I'll stroll by the two of them, casual, and I'll feel out the vibes.
You think you could pull that off?
Well, if I just clock them for a few minutes, how hard could it be?
Yeah, sorry, but you couldn't even play it cool enough to get your proposal answered.
Okay, well, back to Marie then. What kind of guy was her boyfriend, anyway?
Probably in his 40s. Clean-cut type. Looks like he's got money.
All right. What else?
Yeah, average build, little on the thin side. You know, more brains than brawn. He looked nice.
How did Marie act with him?
She had acted real goddamn happy.
Right.
That's it. You keep going, don't stop. There's gotta be some way this isn't what it seems like.
I never said we're stopping, Tommy, okay? First of all, we have to be absolutely sure.
Huh?
Look, sometimes it's really hard to gauge how a girl's feeling. If I were you, I'd want conclusive proof her happiness is more than skin deep. Any woman can look happy. It's your responsibility to find out if her face is telling the truth.
Ichiban, you're right. What do you think I should do?
You and Marie could just talk to each other. For all you know, she might have come back to Hawaii hoping to find you.
No way. Even I can't get behind that much wishful thinking, man. Besides, I just know I'd say something stupid, make things worse for her. It's not time yet. I'll talk to her. I will, when I'm ready.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Thanks for listening again, Ichiban. Honestly, I couldn't get through this without you.
Hey, I'm here for you. Listening doesn't cost a thing. We're friends after all.
I still got no idea how to proceed, but Marie-wise. But no matter what, I know it can't end like this. And I know something else. I got a good, trustworthy friend who has my back.
How's about we drink to that?
Oh, yeah. You really are an easy guy to talk to, bud. Sheesh. That's it, then.
Suspicious ships.
Something that comes by regularly. Maybe loads up on supplies and essentials. You can't think of anything, Takata?
I haven't seen you in how long, and now this? Are you some undercover cop, man?
We don't have time to waste. Can you think of anything or not?
There's one boat like that, maybe. Docks about every 2 weeks. Showed up again this morning.
Shit, for real? It's here? Now?
Yeah, no one's there, though. The crew's out at the moment.
Perfect timing, then. Can you show it to us?
I guess so. Follow me.
I gotta say, this was damn good thinking, Tomizawa.
Hey, I've always said I got connections.
So, Tommy and you go back a while?
Yeah, maybe. Couple of Japanese boys who can't shake each other.
Oh, really? Well, same to you, asshole.
So, why has it been so long since you came around last? Kasuga-san here probably knows you better than me now.
According to him, you two are good buddies.
Hey, lay off. It all worked out, didn't it?
Takata-san?
Yeah.
How did you know my name?
You introduced yourself.
No, I didn't.
Takata?
What the hell is this?
Heretics! May the flames purify you in death!
Come on! You're all Polycana?
Seriously?
Madam Nele, bless us in this endeavor!
Takata, damn it! When'd you join Polycana?
When? From my very first breath, you faithless bastard! Polycana is everywhere. All of Hawaii is brimming with the devout. And those of us righteous enough to be named Haku are all around you. Seeds sown in the soil, waiting for the bloom that will cleanse this fetid land.
You're a Haku?
Haku are in the city. They're not just all holed up at Nelly Island. Remember what Dana said at the orphanage?
That's Bryce's strategy. Deploy the Haku like sleeper agents throughout the state.
So they could be anywhere at any time? This is bullshit!
The sage's will is inescapable. There'll be no refuge for the damned. May it be. Madam Nele, embrace us all.
What? Hey, Takada! The hell? He just...
It must be some kind of poison capsule or something.
Bryce! He's completely insane! He doesn't care who he sacrifices, just to stay the man in charge!
I'm not seeing any cargo ships, by the way. And I bet the cops are coming fast. We need to back off for now.
Fine.
Miss Madam Nele or whoever's up there, don't be too hard on the guy.
Well... Hmm? Huh?
Come on!
Yo.
No?
Yo.
Hello.
Hey, man. Hey, man.
Yo.
Hey!
Hmm?
We're in a pinch here, aren't we, guys? I can't believe Bryce is so many steps ahead of us.
Yeah, but like, why now?
Huh?
If Lonnie's on Nale Island, it doesn't make sense to spread out like this. I mean, if I were Bryce, why move my best people to the mainland now? You should be playing defensively, protecting what he already has.
Might have a point there.
Is it possible that Lonnie's still in Honolulu somehow?
That makes sense. If they haven't moved her to the island yet, Polycana's still vulnerable. And since we're running around all over the place, they need guard dogs to hold us back.
An astute observation. Impressive, Kasuga-san. However, it might behoove you to lower your voice.
Jungi!
Hey, when did you fly in?
Hello. I confess, it's been too long since I've gotten so much sun. It's a pleasure to meet you both. Jungi-han. I'm the Komijul organization's right hand. Kasuga-san and I met there.
So he's not an enemy?
Guess not.
Now then, shall we catch up? Sunny is always asking about your well-being. In spite of her demeanor, she's something of a busybody.
Sunny, huh? She's still in Ijinsha with Kiryu-san and Namba now, right?
Indeed. They're in touch with Zhao as well. That's why Sunny decided Hawaii would be a more useful place for me. I arrived 2 days ago.
No kidding. Where you been for 48 hours?
Carrying out my orders. Determining Nele Island's means of transportation.
Hold on. You've been after their cargo ships too?
Yes. If their shutters were to come down now, the game would be over. Therefore, Polycana's point of access must be found immediately. Such are Sunhee's instructions.
Then we're on the same page.
Well then, were you able to find their ships?
Please, take a look at this. I retrieved this photo by hacking into a government satellite. I'll keep which nation a secret. This is Nele Island, here.
That's it? Nele Island?
Yesterday, this ship was photographed departing from the island's port. Advancing the time, we can follow its route across the sea. Until finally, it docks on our island here. Considering its size, it must be a cargo transport. Knowing what we know, I expect Lonnie will be aboard when it next embarks.
Where's the ship now?
Honolulu Bay, somewhere out of sight beneath the cliffs. Wherever it is they dock their ships, Polycana was smart to keep it obscured. As of now, the boat seems to still be safe in harbor, which means that Lonnie is as well.
All right, let's get to that dock. When Lonnie shows up, we'll intercept them and get her back.
That would be a fine plan, but the cliffs are 200 meters tall with almost a 90-degree ascent. Even for an expert climber, that would be a challenge.
And what about Polycana? They must have a way to get cargo on board.
I would presume there to be a concealed pathway to the harbor from land. Unfortunately, I've been unable to find even a hint of such a thing in the photos. Were I to guess, could be located underground.
Somewhere below street level. What is it, Chichan?
Remember back when I went to District 5 on my own?
Yeah, that was just after you left me naked on the beach, right?
I didn't ask you to remember that part. Anyway, we took the subterranean path to Dwight's hotel to get there. Along the way, I saw the route branch off in another direction. What's that way? I asked, and the Barracuda with me just said, nothing. You didn't see that. Back then, I didn't want to think too much about it.
That could be it! That could be exactly what we're looking for!
Bryce owns the Barracudas, so it only makes sense they'd run that tunnel.
I know you're all excited. But District 5 again? Every time we go there, I eat shit.
If it's any consolation, We're gonna eat shit everywhere in town now.
The undercover cultists. God damn it.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Wouldn't you rather die trying?
Fine. What's one more ass kicking if it wins us the war?
Attaboy.
I must say, Kasuga-san, you remain a curious fellow. Everywhere you go, you're able to attract the most dangerous foes and most reliable allies. I envy you.
To be honest, I could do without the foes. Anyway, man, Polycana really needs to get theirs. Are you flying back soon?
Not at all. If you're willing to have me, I'd be glad to rejoin the party.
Oh, hell yeah! I was hoping you'd say that!
Kasuga-san.
Sup?
Understood.
Okay.
Oh!
Huh?
No.
You wanna go?
Wow.
Stop!
You're right.
Oh!
Oh.
Yes. No. Naturally.
Yo.
Okay.
Kasuga.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yes.
Hey, am I bugging you, Chi-chan?
Oh, nah, of course not. It's just,
What's up?
well, Gramps tried to get in touch with me just now. Saying, I'm sure you're busy, but do you think we could still meet?
Right, the butler who works for your family.
Ever since I joined you guys, I haven't gone to visit him in a long time.
He must be real worried about you, Chi-chan.
Yeah, no kidding. You know what else he said? I believe Milady is hiding something from me. All I've told him was that I'm just enjoying my time abroad like a typical exchange student.
I mean, you gotta hand it to the old man. His intuition's pretty sharp.
Yep. My instructor's gotta be the best of the best.
Well, why don't you go visit him once? Just so you can see you're doing okay.
But if I do, he'll probably figure me out. You said it yourself, he's pretty sharp. And if he picks up that something's off, he's gonna have to report it to my family. Basically, nothing good will come from me seeing Gramps right now.
It would put his mind at ease, though. You don't want him to keep worrying over you, right?
Well, yeah, you've got a point. It's been kinda hard on him.
You sure you want to leave him hanging like this? Wouldn't he try to look for you himself?
I think he'll be fine. He's old and only just started using a smartphone. He doesn't know anyone else in Hawaii, so he'd have a hard time trying to track me down on his own. But all that just means I'm free to do as I please now.
He's reached a ripe old age. Actually, that doesn't make it any better, huh? In fact, he's probably even more lonely.
He probably is, but I want to keep going like this just a bit longer.
Why don't you try sending him something different from usual, then?
I don't follow.
You guys have only been sending texts, right? Maybe you could add a video or a picture. Change it up.
Okay, then what do you suggest?
How about sending him a personal video? Just record yourself with your phone and fire it off.
What, I just wave and be all like, Aloha! Been a while, hasn't it?
Yep, you got it. Tell him how much you appreciate him, thank him for his hard work, and tell him you're doing A-okay.
That's not really my style. I'd literally die of embarrassment.
Well, even if you don't want to meet him, it probably couldn't hurt to show him at least something.
Yeah, guess you're right. I'll sleep on it. It's kind of funny in a way. My parents never gave a shit about me. Gramps was the only one who cared.
Well... Not all family are bound by blood, you know? Hearing you talk about your Gramps reminded me of that. I wasn't related to the man who raised me, Jiro Kasuga. He ran a soapland back in Kamurocho. We definitely had that parent-child bond, you know? At least I thought so.
Ichiban.
If there's even just one person out there who gave a shit about you, then wouldn't that make them family?
Yeah, guess so. Thanks, Ichiban.
What for?
I don't know if Gramps considers me family, but he's definitely important to me. He does deserve more than a wall of text, though. Maybe I'll give him a call from time to time.
That's not a bad idea.
Your suggestion's not so bad either. I think I will send him something a bit more real.
Glad to hear it. That alone makes this all worthwhile.
Thanks for the life lesson today.
Yo! Sup, Adachi-san?
Hey! Actually, I talked to the bartender earlier.
Huh? Oh, about Akiko-san's shop. You had him check whether or not it's in Hawaii, right?
Yep, that's right. Turns out he couldn't find anything.
Oh, man. Sorry to hear that. But you don't know for sure, right? It's not like he combed through every grain of sand on the island.
He's talked to a fair share of people, though, so honestly, I've pretty much given up already.
You sure it's not just a bit of bad luck? I don't know, I just feel like it's way too early to give up.
I didn't have anything concrete to work with in the first place. Thinking I'd find her right away with that little info? Rookie mistake.
Haha, then I guess this is where the search really starts. Don't worry, man. I'm sure she's here somewhere.
Now how am I supposed to say no to that?
I'll keep an eye out in town, see if there are any jewelry shops around from now on.
Thanks. But there's something I gotta tell you.
Oh, what's up?
Oh, Akiko-san might consider me as nothing more than a nuisance.
Why's that?
Well, to tell you the truth, 20 years ago, when the shop got robbed, the police could have prevented it entirely.
Prevented it? How?
A few days before the incident, the police received a report claiming suspicious individuals were visiting the shop. The person who filed the report was just a high schooler at the time. Akiko-san.
Oh, dang. But there's not much the police can do when you tell them someone's acting suspicious.
Exactly. Even though she came all the way to the station, they couldn't take her at her word. To them, she was just a kid. As for her parents, well, and their daughter took it so seriously that it felt like they were accompanying her just to humor her.
So, because none of the adults believed her, nobody stopped the robbery from happening.
Well, I learned that Akiko-san had stopped by the station before, when I interviewed her after the incident. She told me that a man would visit the shop multiple days a week, but never bought anything. Also said that he'd look around with this hard, intense stare, like he was eyeing everything.
Yeah, that's pretty sketchy. But not sketchy enough for the police to take action, I guess.
And the best we could do is have more personnel patrolling the area, and even then, we couldn't keep it up for days on end. So, because the police didn't do jack squat, a group of thieves broke in days later.
And one of them was the guy Akiko-san mentioned?
Yep. He was their ringleader.
Damn.
At the time of the crime, Akiko-san wasn't in the shop, but both her parents were. They ended up bound and gagged. The two of them were lucky to get away with only minor injuries, though the psychological damage took its toll. When all was said and done and the criminals were behind bars, they eventually shut down for good.
Oh man, that's awful.
Akiko-san was pissed the police didn't lift a damn finger. And I don't blame her. She played her best hand, but her folks still ended up in danger.
That's no one's fault. The police aren't all powerful. I mean, you guys did everything you could, right?
This might sound biased, but I honestly don't think there was anything else we could have done at the time. But I can't just look straight into the victim's eyes and say that to her face.
Then you want to meet Akiko-san to apologize for the incident?
I'm not so sure myself. I just want to know if she's all right, more than anything else. If I didn't happen to be in Hawaii, I never would have even considered it.
Guess the only way to find out is to actually meet her.
Yeah, I guess so. I'll try to get in touch with my old contacts from back in the day later. You ask him if Akiko-san really does run a shop here in Hawaii, or if someone knows someone familiar with it.
Wait, what? You haven't done that yet?
Well, I wouldn't be able to take it if by some small chance her life was in a shambles. That's why I put off the investigation.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
Well, you know, after spilling my guts out to you, I feel like I could be a bit more expressive with my feelings from now on.
Glad to hear it. The best way to vent and get it all out of your system is over a few drinks with a pal. Am I right?
Maybe so. Who would have thought?
Yo, Jungi! You're looking as suave as ever, drinking here all by your lonesome.
I hear that quite often. But I was just thinking that it was getting a little too quiet.
Oh, yeah? So you don't mind some company?
It's exactly what I'm getting at.
I've been thinking, and honestly, I'm real glad you're here, man. You've been a huge help, and I seriously appreciate it. I didn't even realize that the Komi Jewel network spread as far as Hawaii.
It would be more accurate to say that we asked our comrades here in Hawaii for help. Many of them scattered across the globe when the Jigon Mafia was expelled from Kamurocho.
Dang. So you basically got contacts from all over the world?
Right. And there just so happened to be some in Hawaii with access to quality information on the locale. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to find out what Palikana was up to in such a short time. But let's not talk about the inner workings of the organization.
Oh, oops. Went too far there, didn't I?
There's not much I'd keep secret from you now. However, you may have already noticed that I've been keeping my distance from everyone, yourself included.
Yeah, I have, actually. You were just being careful, right? Because we were living life as civvies?
Sounds rather pretentious, doesn't it? But you guessed right. We figured being around outcasts like us would spell trouble for you.
Come on, don't be such a stranger. We fought alongside each other, and that fact will never change.
I thought you'd say something like that, but that's why I was so hard on myself. The two of us live in completely different worlds.
Yeah, sure. Up until things about me blew up and I got sacked. And now here we are, two equals sitting at a bar.
This may come off a bit rude to you, Kasuga-san, but now, because of the way things turned out, I can finally talk with you. And part of me is elated about that. After all, Ijincho has been a bit of a bore as of late. The town's far too peaceful.
Oh, really now?
Sunny has also gotten livelier ever since Kiryu-san came to Ijincho. She's out on the front lines herself now, though that's not something that merits praise.
Why is that?
As the leader of both Komijul and the Liumang, she should not be out in the open.
Whew. Not every day you hear Jungi Han himself talk about Sunhee like that.
We're quite a ways away from Ijincho. It's unlikely for Sunhee to overhear us talking. Furthermore, with the Hawaiian skies as vast as they are, I feel a bit freer here. I will always remain loyal to Sunny, of course. However, I hope I could get a pass every so often.
I'm with you there. If you just want to kick back and relax, then Hawaii's the perfect place for that. Let's just do what we want.
I didn't exactly come here to kick back, though. But I must admit, being able to fight at your side once again has been most exciting, Kasuga-san.
Yeah, right on.
I said that I was keeping my distance from you all, but in truth, I'd been keeping an eye on you. I know that you were employed at Hello Work and that you were helping former Yakuza land new jobs.
I had no clue about that. Thanks, man.
When Adachi-san started up his investigation firm, I wanted to lend him a helping hand as well. But in the end, I agreed with Sunny that it was best we do not intervene.
Yeah, but if Adachi-san had access to Komijul's network, that would have helped him out a ton.
Well, the fact of the matter is that you could get things done without us. All of you are very capable individuals.
I guess you were watching over us for a lot longer than I thought.
Oh? Sounds as if you're implying that I was some sort of stalker. Collecting information within Ijincho's how Komijul puts food on the table. You were merely one part of that.
All right. Let's just leave it at that. But since it did make me smile, How about another drink?
Ah, that'd be welcome. It's been a while since we last drank to something, Kasuga-san.
Sure has. Cheers,
Cheers.
man.